Hello students, welcome back to your online session of physics class for today. Now today we are going to begin with shadows. How exactly are they? I just hope you all can see this picture. What is there in this picture? Shadow of these three people, right? Formation of shadows on the ground. You can turn your book to page number 51, and in this book you will find this topic, shadows. What exactly are they? Now before beginning with this topic, let us revise what we did in our last class. We saw in our last class construction, working and formation of images in a pinhole camera, right? This is the figure or the diagram of the pinhole camera, and this is the actual camera in which they have showed us how the image is formed inside the pinhole camera. It is always inverted, okay, real and inverted image. And this box also we saw, this is also a pinhole camera. Okay, now let us get started with topic shadows. A shadow is a region of absence of light. Yes, now see, I just hope you all can see the shadow of this pen also over here in this book. So what is happening? The path from which light is traveling from that side, okay, from that side. Now I have kept this pen over here, so it means on this path I have blocked the light, okay. As I have, they see, right now there is no shadow, but when I have kept this pen, we can see the shadow of this pen. It means that we have blocked the path of the light, and in this region, in this particular region, there is no light. That is why a shadow is formed. Okay, now let us see. A very small source of light called a point source gives a sharp shadow which is equally dark all over. This may be shown in the figure A, where the small hole in the card acts as a point source, and if the card is removed, the lamp acts as a large or extended source. Figure B. Now see, we can see this uh, diagram or this image. This is the light source, okay. They have lighted 100-watt lamp, and then they have placed a cardboard, and in that cardboard they have made a small hole. Now what is happening? This light is not uh, going in straight, like in extended or in whole path. This light is going only from this hole in a very particular path, okay. And this is the path from in which this light is traveling. And then what they have done, they have placed a metal ball between this path, okay. Now they have also placed a screen, any kind of a screen, and here we can see the shadow of this ball, and this shadow is very sharp, right? Very sharp means this is a very exact and a very dark shadow. Now in this image what we can see, they have removed the cardboard from here. The light source is same, and this ball is also same, screen is also same, but the shadow has been changed. Why? Because the light is coming in extended path, right? Similarly, we can see the light that is coming from this tube light is coming in an extended path, right? Because this light, see, we can see that it is coming from all the sides, from where, like from the end towards the end where this tube light is hanging, okay. Then what happens when the small, like that CFL bulb is lighted, it the light is coming in a very particular path. Okay, so this is the difference between extended source and point source. Okay, extended source means the path has been increased, or the path is increased, and over here the path is less compared to this. So whenever we get the shadow of from any point source, the shadow is always sharp. Okay, and whenever the shadow is coming from extended source, the shadow is not very sharp. Like the way we can see, the shadow of this pen is not very sharp, right? It is very blur. But what will happen if I'll just close, or I'll just switch off this light, and I'll turn on another small light, the shadow will be clear and dark. Okay, you can also do this thing, or try to do this thing at your home. Okay, when you will see a small point of source of light, the shadow will be dark, and if the extended or the large source of light, the shadow will be blur and not very dark. And this thing is called as umbra and penumbra. See, when the shadow is very dark, we can see with the shadow of this pen again. Let me keep this paper. Now you can see this is the shadow, and I just hope you can see at this point it is very dark, and here over here it is very blur, right? So that part where shadow is very dark, that part is called as umbra, and where the shadow is very blur, that part is called as penumbra. Let us see in this image again. See, only this inner part which is very dark is called as umbra, and the portion which is not really dark is called as penumbra. Okay? See, the shadow is then larger, has a central dark region, the umbra, and surrounded by a ring of partial shadow is called penumbra. You can see by the rays that some light reaches the penumbra, but no one reaches the umbra. Okay? Where umbra region is there, there is no light. Whole like all the light has been covered by this ball, but over here on this part we can see some of the light is falling, so that is why penumbra region has been created. Have you ever wondered under what circumstances do we observe the shadow of an object? Do you observe your shadow in a dark room, or at night where there are no lights? Do you observe a shadow when there is just a source of light and nothing else in a room? It seems we need a source of light and an opaque object in the path of the light to see a shadow. Yes, actually, to create a shadow, we need a source of light and an opaque object. Okay, and actually a screen where the shadow is formed. Is there anything else required? Of course, a shadow can be obtained only on a screen. That is what I said just now, that we also need a screen where we can form a shadow. See, let us see this thing. I have we have this sheet of paper. Okay, now light source. This is light source which I am considering. Okay, this is a screen where the shadow will be formed. Now we need an opaque object. I am taking this kit to create a shadow of this kit on this sheet of paper. See, I have kept this kit over here. Now you all can see a shadow has formed, right? And I hope you all can see over at this place the shadow is dark, right? But at this place the shadow is very light, right? Why? Because this part is umbra region, this part, and this part is penumbra region. because this area has been totally blocked. The light has been totally blocked at this area, but over here some of the light can is falling. That is why it is creating umbra and penumbra at the same time. I just hope you all can see the shadow. Even my hand shadow is also here, right? So it means this kit has blocked the path of light. Okay, this is how I have showed. You can also try it at home using different objects and using different kinds of source of light. Okay, now let us move on to this part. Shadows are formed for two reasons. First, because some objects which are said to be opaque do not allow the light to pass through them. Second, because light travels in a straight lines, the sharpness of shadows depends on the size of the light source. Yes, so we can see shadows are formed because of two reasons. First of all, when the opaque object does not allow the light to pass through them, and second thing, because light travels in a straight line, okay, and the sharpness of the shadows depend on size of light source. This is what we have seen over here also. Now, this is an activity that can be performed in the dark only. In the evening, go out with few friends to an open ground. Take a torch and a large cardboard sheet with you. Sit on the ground, hold the torch close to the ground, and shine it upwards towards your friend's head. Now you have a light source of light. Okay, torch is the source of light. An opaque object is your friend, and there should be nothing behind your friend. On careful observation, you will observe that there is no shadow on your friend behind him. Now hold the cardboard sheet behind your friend's head. What do you observe? Probably the shadow of the head of your friend. Now, when you have kept the cardboard in front of your friend, there's no shadow. But when you have placed that cardboard behind your friend's head, then you will definitely see the shadow of your friend's head. The cardboard acts as a screen on which the shadow is formed. If you have light traveling in some direction, an opaque object in its way, but no screen behind you, you will not see any shadow. Try various combinations of light source, opaque objects and screens to get a feel of shadow formation. Now students, you can see this picture, we all can see it, how the shadow is formed. Can anyone guess about it? Actually, the shadow has been formed using the street light, right? Behind their back, a street light is placed and it is switched on. Okay. Now that is the source of light, and this road is the screen. Okay. This road is the screen, and these people are the opaque bodies. So when the light was traveling in a straight direction on the road, what they have done, they stood over here and they blocked the light. And when the light is blocked, their shadow has been formed. In the morning, when you perform this activity, then the sun acts as the source of light and the ground as the screen as shown in figure. This figure can also be considered as a shadow formed in the morning time when sun is the source of light, but as we can see it is all dark over there, so it is definitely at night time when they have used street light as a source of light. Okay, now see, shadows gives us information about the shape of the object but no information about its size. Okay, shadows actually gives us information about the shape of the object. Shape of the object we can clearly see, but the information about the size we cannot exactly tell. Why? Because sometimes the shape of the shadow misleads about the type of the object. We can use our hands to make different shapes resembling various creatures as shown in figure. Now size of the object using a shadow we cannot come to know, because a shadow when can be formed, or the size of the shadow can be small or large depending upon the situation and the condition of the light source. Okay, and then sometimes we can see just by using hands they have created so many types of shapes. So actually exactly about the shape of the shadow, exactly by seeing the shape of the shadow we cannot tell what object is it, because we can see only using hands they have created so many different shapes, right? So this is all about shadows. Now in our next class we will study about umbra and penumbra region. What are they? We will learn about it in detail. Okay, so today that is all for today. Students, please read this topic carefully and properly. Okay, then from our next class we will begin with our next topic. That's all for today. Have a good day, students. Take care.